With matchless beauty crowned, and manly hearts to guard the fair.
Daddy Neptune one day to freedom did say, if ever I live upon dry land, the spot I should hit on would be Little Britain. Says freedom, why that's my own island. Oh, what a snug little island, a right little tight little island. All the globe round and none can be found so happy as this little island.
All the globe round there's none can be found so happy as this little island.
Then a very great war man called Billy the Norman cried, hang it, I never liked my land. It would be more handy to leave my Normandy and live on yon beautiful island. Says he, 'tis a snug little island, shan't us go visit the island. Hop, skip and jump, there he was plump, and he kicked up a dust in the island.
Hop, skip and jump, there he was plump, and he kicked up the dust in the island.
Then the Spanish Armada sent out to invade us, quite sure if they ever came nigh land, they couldn't do less than tuck up Queen Bess and take their full swig of the island. Oh, the poor Queen and the island, the drones came to plunder the island, but snug in her hive, the Queen was alive, and Buzz was the word in the island.
Snug in her hive, the Queen was alive, and Buzz was the word in the island.
When this lousy war is over, oh, how happy I shall be. When I get my civvy clothes on, no more soldiering for me. No more church parades on Sunday, no more asking for a pass. I shall tell the sergeant major to stick his passes up his ass.
When this lousy war is over, oh, how happy I shall be. When I get my civvy clothes on, no more soldiering for me. I shall sound my own reveille, I shall make my own tattoo. No more NCOs to curse me, no more bleeding army stew. NCOs will all be
the coast. NCOs will smoke their wood pipes, privates puff their big cigars. No more standing to in trenches, only one more church parade. No more shivering on the fire step, no more Tinkler's marmalade.
When mighty roast beef was the Englishman's food, it ennobled our brains and enriched our blood. Our soldiers were brave and our courtiers were good. Oh, the roast beef of old England and old English roast beef. But since we have learnt from all vapouring France to eat their ragouts as well as to dance, we're fed up with nothing but vain complaisance. Oh, the roast beef of old England and old English roast beef. Our fathers of old were robust, stout and strong, and kept open house with good cheer all day long, which made their plump tenants rejoice in this song. Oh, the roast beef of old England and old English roast beef. In those days, if fleet did presume on the main, they seldom or never returned back again, as witness the vaunting armada of Spain. Oh, the roast beef of old England and old English roast beef. When good Queen Elizabeth sat on the throne, ere coffee or tea or such slip-slops were known, the world was in terror if e'er she did frown. Oh, the roast beef of old England and old English roast beef.
Private Jones came in one night, full of cheer and very bright. He'd been out all day upon the spree. He bumped into Sergeant's neck, put his arms around his neck, and in his ear he whispered tenderly, "Kiss me goodnight, Sergeant Major. Tuck me in my little wooden bed. We all love you, Sergeant Major. When we hear you falling, shower leg. Don't forget to wake me in the morning and bring me round a nice hot cup of tea. Kiss me goodnight, Sergeant Major. Sergeant Major, be a mother to me." Kiss me goodnight, Sergeant Major. Tuck me in my little wooden bed. We all love you, Sergeant Major. When we hear you falling, shower leg. Don't forget to wake me in the morning and bring me round a nice hot cup of tea. Kiss me goodnight, Sergeant Major. Sergeant Major, be a mother to me.
Just in case you didn't know, the United Kingdom is a sovereign country. It is a nation within its own government and has a seat at the United Nations. Its full name is the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Great Britain is the larger island that contains Scotland, England and Wales, and then the United Kingdom contains Northern Ireland too. Hey guys, Sam here from the Geography Bible. I hope you are having a fantastic week wherever in the world you may be. In this video, we will give you 10 reasons why we think the UK as a whole is the greatest nation or nations in the world. Now, of course, just like any other country in the world, the nations that make up the UK are not perfect and they have plenty of issues of their own. And Britain has a very turbulent past. Throughout this video, we will try to stay out of politics and keep it quite light-hearted. So let's kick off this video with number 10, the accent and language. Although most of the world thinks that the British people all sound like the Queen or news reporters, this couldn't be any further from the truth. Yes, there are many people who speak the Queen's English, also known as received pronunciation. However, with so much history and different regions across the UK, you will find many different accents and dialect. From Scouse in Liverpool to Geordie in Newcastle to Glaswegian in Glasgow, every accent sounds completely different from one another. You can literally drive 30 to 60 minutes away from where you live and you will find someone with a completely different accent to your own. The UK is also extremely multicultural, so you will find many different international accents across the country too. Number 9, it's breathtaking scenery. The UK is home to some of the most beautiful scenery in Europe, if not the world, especially in Scotland. The first thing people think of when they think of the UK is probably London, a huge urban concrete jungle. However, if you adventure outside of the capital, you'll find some absolutely stunning countryside. The UK also has incredible beaches too, from the tropical setting in St Ives in the Scilly Islands to the pristine white sand you will find in the northwest of Scotland. The isles off the Scottish Highlands, such as the Isle of Skye, offer some of the most breathtaking views you will ever see. Number 8, it has different countries. The UK comprises of 4 different nations, each with their own culture, history and dialects. And although they claim to hate each other, I think this is generally a myth which is exaggerated on social media. I've met so many incredible and friendly people from Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland who are very similar to me, but with just a different accent. Each country is rather similar. They usually have 1 or 2 large main cities, then plenty of smaller, charming towns and villages with beautiful countryside in between. Number 7, it has London, often regarded as being one of the greatest cities in the world. Love it or hate it, you have to admit London is one of the most important and influential cities of all time. People from all corners of the planet come to the UK to visit, to live or to study in London. Yes, it is busy and it's expensive, but it offers some of the most desirable jobs in the world and there is so much to do. You'll also find some of the world's most followed sports stadiums in London too. Number 6, safety, climate and the wildlife. The figures from the Organisation for Economic Cooperation and Development, which ranks each member on many criteria including safety, place the UK 11th out of 38 nations for safety. Just behind Canada but ahead of Ireland and way ahead of the US, who are in 22nd place. They have the data to back this up too. In 2016, the UK recorded a lower homicide rate than Japan. Perhaps it's no wonder that 77% of Brits feel safe walking home at night alone. Although we love to moan about the weather in the UK, we are very lucky that we don't experience extreme weather or natural disasters, such as droughts, tsunamis, volcanoes or bushfires. There are very occasional mini tornadoes and very small earthquakes, but they are barely powerful enough to knock over a garden gnome. The UK is also home to next to no deadly animals such as bears, snakes or spiders. So if you are on an adventure in the countryside, this is another thing you don't have to worry about. Number 5, the NHS or the National Health Service. The NHS leads the world in terms of equity of access and ensuring people don't suffer financial hardship when they are ill. It also performs well in managing long-term conditions like diabetes and kidney disease, and is relatively efficient compared to other health systems around the world. The NHS usually ranks in the top 10 or 15 in the world for the best healthcare systems. Not too shabby. Number 4, the higher education system. The World Universities listing estimates there are over 26,000 universities worldwide. Now, out of all of those, you could probably count on one hand the number that are global household names, and 2 of them happen to be in Britain. Yep, Oxford and Cambridge. They are still the creme of the crop as far as higher education is concerned. And you've also got Durham too. And the reason for their renown isn't just historical. Across the whole of Britain, the higher education system consistently delivers some of the best results on the planet. Students travel from all corners of the planet to study in the UK. In doing so, they will also get to experience UK nightlife and the quality of life and safety that comes with it. Number 3, castles and ruins. The UK is old as hell, therefore it has many ancient ruins, castles and structures to be discovered far and wide. In England alone, there are said to be around 4,000 castles. So if you're from a relatively new country like Australia, New Zealand or Canada or even America, then you may have never seen a castle or ancient building before. So coming to the UK provides an authentic historical viewing. Number 2, discovering countries and the Commonwealth. Britain created countries such as Australia, Singapore and the USA, in which in the short space of around 300 years have become world leaders in so many aspects. No other country can claim to have created anything close to what Britain has achieved. In doing so, its legacy has continued to evolve. Much of what was once the British Empire continues to be part of the Commonwealth, an alliance of 54 nations across the world with a combined population of over 2 billion, long after the empire has ceased to exist. Number 1, inventions. The UK invented most of the technology that the modern world runs on. The TV, the computer and the World Wide Web. And while Marconi was Italian, he developed his wireless radio transmission in the UK. The list of British inventions is endless. The UK also developed most of the world's most popular sports such as football or soccer, rugby, cricket, tennis and golf. The UK is a world leader in the arts, particularly literature and theatre, from Shakespeare to Andrew Lloyd Webber, from Chaucer to J.K. Rowling. We've also had a big impact on music, TV, movies and video games, such as Harry Potter and James Bond. So there we have it, 10 reasons why we think the UK is one of, if not the best country in the world, or countries. Of course, as we mentioned before, it's not perfect, it does have many issues, but as a whole it is a very safe and friendly country where people from all across the world decide to emigrate to. So what is your thoughts on the UK? Do you live here? Perhaps you've never been before and you'd love to visit. Let us know in the comment section below what you think. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to drop a like, and if you love this sort of content and learning about countries and cities from around the world, then consider subscribing. It's completely free and we've got plenty
barking.
more
Can
to
you hear
come. Thanks again for watching and we'll see you very soon.
She just started, I swear. She was quiet all this time. And then I turn on the goddamn stream. And now she's barking. Now she's starting chaos. Heyo, how are you doing? I'm really zoomed in for some reason.
The US has 50 states, and Europe.
Hey, wait, like this. We're gonna play this. But heyo, how are you doing? I didn't have internet yesterday. I'm sorry for not having internet yesterday. It just... No, not internet, electricity overall. It got lost, like... 10 minutes before 5, I think, and then it was just gone, and we don't even know why. Like, we didn't have rain, we didn't have heavy snowfall, we had nothing. There was just no internet, so that was kind of loserish, and also really reminded me I live in a fucking village. You don't hear my dog. That's good. Germany is looking to join the court case against Israel. What, really? Oh, to defend Israel. Oh. Oh, really? Oh, nice. Okay, nice. Fair. I've been seeing lots of people post about this, but to be fair, I don't really know what's happening at the court case. How to say this? I don't know how much it matters. Like, is anything gonna happen? What's gonna happen as the result? I'm not really seeing... I don't know. I'm not seeing any... how to say this, meaningful results coming out of this. I think the whole thing, you know what I mean, of NATO and USA and allies of the West turning a blind eye to Russian invasion on Ukraine and giving them scraps. UK became better today, okay? So just to give some props to the UK. But you know what I mean? The whole thing with like inaction, the fact we signed deals with Russia and it just broke them and we did nothing. Broke the Budapest Memorandum, we did nothing. You know what I mean? It's like it makes me feel like the world we knew in 1990s is gone. And the world police we had in 1990s, luckily, because we got help against the Serbs, it's gone. So I don't really know how much any of these court cases, yeah, how much does it matter? What are they going to do? Do we think they're gonna do the huge balls thing of 1990s and bomb the city again or something? I don't think they will. I don't think they're gonna do shit. Lonerbox, yes. Yes. I used to watch him fairly regularly while I didn't have a job. He was cool. He was cool. I know he made some really good videos on Ukraine. He made a really good video. Which one was it? On Hassan? I think. On Hassan and the bullshit that people are saying about Ukraine. It was like a whole timeline, and it's a really, really good video, genuinely, a really, really good source. He does a lot of research. When I was on his streams, he was mostly talking really, really interesting things. So I like him. I like Lonerbox. I think he's really, really cool. Also, as far as I understand, people did call him the only based leftist. So, fuck Hassan, true. True, fuck Hassan. What's Hassan saying about the current developments, by the way? Did he say anything? Did Hassan speak out? I forgot about that man. Oh, where's my little Turk? I can't find anything about him. Yeah. He had nothing going viral recently, so I guess he said nothing. It's kind of sad. That's kind of disappointing, to be honest. I thought he would have some dumbass opinions. I thought he would be having some, thoughts to share. Okay, he did post something. I'm seeing this. Give me a good Sergeant Major. I know, it's a good song, isn't it? It's a good song. They have so many songs about Sergeant Majors giving them breakfast in bed. I guess they were just like drinking all the time. So it was like, ha, we got drunk. Now they have to wake us up in the morning. It's a cute little thing. The Brits are, I think, one of the funniest nations ever. And I genuinely say this, I really vibe with their humor thing. Been watching CNN since the US coalition started bombing Yemen, and they haven't mentioned once that the blockade was implemented due to the genocide in Gaza. They have, however, talked about how this bombing campaign is an act of de-escalation, and then this person asks de-escalation via massacre, as if they just went and fucking bombed a bunch of civilians. Like, fair. Man. Yeah, they haven't even been... They've been attacking ships that have nothing to do with Gaza and Gaza. It wasn't implemented due to Gaza. It wasn't implemented to help Gaza. Holy crap. Oh yeah, he posted it before. I find this one very interesting though. Look at this. Look at this. Houthis have openly stated since day one that their blockade in the Red Sea is due to Israel's siege on Gaza and will end when Israel stops. What gives them the right? Like, of course a ship's gonna get bombed. What gives them the right? I saw a very interesting, fuck, where did I see it? Where did I see the post? On how interesting the Brits response is to USA bombing Yemen, because they also benefit from USA doing this because it's enabling trade. Like, financially, you want your trade to be going on, my dude. He comments has Hamas on October 7. What? TikTok. I feel TikTok and Twitter both should be banned. I'm not even joking. I feel both of them are. Oh, sorry. I feel both of them are. Do I turn it off to see? Both of them seem too far destroyed to like ever be useful again. We should just ban both of them in Europe. Get rid of both. Leave them to, I don't know, Brits. Brits can use TikTok. US approves possible javelin sale to Kosovo. Thank you, USA. You are my best friend. You are the peacekeeper. You are the legend. 246 Javelin missiles, 24 lightweight command launch units, among other items, the US Defense Security Cooperation Agency said in a statement. Oh, okay. Thank you, USA. Vucic was quoted as having expressed deep disappointment regarding the news of Kosovo's procurement request. He's disappointed he can't kill their people. Belgrade was interested in buying Spike LR-2 anti-tank guided missiles from Israeli defense manufacturer Rafael. Israel doing the bullshit thing again. Of like working with the scum of the earth. They did the same thing when they were cooperating with Russia. They're doing it now and cooperating with Serbia. Like, dude, you gotta pick your side. You rely on the West. Come on. It shouldn't be that hard for you. Javelin announcement comes at a time of heightened tensions between Kosovo and Serbia. In an outbreak of violence in a Kosovan village last fall, a number of ethnic Serbs killed a Kosovar police officer during a firefight, which ultimately resulted in police killing 3 of the ethnic Serbs while retaking the site. One of which, by the way, had like 2 kids at home. He had 2 kids at home in Serbia and still he decided to go and attack Kosovars. It's like that idiot who made videos about how Russians treat Serbs poorly when they enter Russian military. He also has a wife and kids at home. How stupid are you? What a worthless family person are you if you abandon this family to go and die for that bullshit? How about you socialize with some bitches? The government was looking into this matter. Man, fair enough. Also, I have to show you the UK news. UK has been good today. Oh.
Right? Well, some people at the NCRI, which is a very respected research institute, actually conducted research about this, and the results are shocking. So what they did was to compare TikTok with Instagram in the US. Why? Because the demographics, meaning the audience, is very similar on both platforms. Now, the number of active users on Instagram is higher than TikTok, 2.4 billion compared to 1.1 billion. So the general ratio between Instagram and TikTok...
I thought it would be the other way around.
So, for example, if there were 1 million videos about Beyonce on TikTok, in the same time period, we should see around 2.2 million posts about Beyonce on Instagram, because there are 2.2 times the number of users on Instagram, and the audience is roughly the same on both platforms. The research shows that it's exactly what's happening when dealing with neutral topics like pop culture or general politics. Each of these topics appears around 2.2 times more on Instagram. The number of videos and the popularity of hashtags on each platform matches the overall audience. That is what we call a normal behavior. Nothing special here. But, as you are about to see, all of this changes drastically when dealing with topics that are sensitive to the Chinese government. Let's look at Tibet, for example. It used to be independent, but was annexed by China in 1951. Popular hashtags about Tibet appear on Instagram 37 times more than on TikTok. Again, the general ratio is 2.2. On average, for every TikTok video about Tibet, there were supposed to be around 2 Instagram videos about Tibet. But instead of 2, there are 37. And it's not that Instagram decided to overrepresent this topic. Just look at the numbers. Seems like TikTok decided to underrepresent it, to limit the audience exposure and maybe remove videos about it. Same goes with Taiwan, with a ratio of 15 in favor of Instagram. And these are just 2 examples. Anything related to Uyghurs, who are a Muslim minority in China, is also underrepresented on TikTok with a ratio
Oh,
of
that's a
11.
lower ratio than I
seems
thought
like
it would be, to be
TikTok
honest.
actively makes sure users avoid
11
this
is almost
and
like-
that's nothing, because regarding Tiananmen Square, which is a very sensitive issue in China, the ratio is 80. For Hong Kong,
See this,
it's
the same as-
180. Two topics TikTok really don't want you to be exposed to. Of course, as you well know, China is also involved in conflicts around the
180.
world. It has strong relations with Russia, which explains why hashtags favoring Ukraine are also underrepresented on TikTok. Same goes regarding the war between Israel
Fuckers.
and Hamas. Popular
Fuckers.
pro-Israel hashtags simply don't appear on TikTok as they should have, as indicated very clearly by the numbers you see. Of course, this isn't a surprise to any Israeli who talked about this conflict in the past couple of months, because our traffic on TikTok has been reduced very drastically. And finally, just to show you that TikTok
Same
can
with
also
Ukrainian one.
overrepresent a topic if it wants to, look at the ratio of hashtags related to Kashmir, a region controlled by India, but in conflict with China and Pakistan. There are actually more videos on TikTok about standing with Kashmir. 600 times more. Looks like TikTok can really help spreading specific opinions if it wants to. But that is
600.
just my personal interpretation. You've seen the
So wait,
numbers just
TikTok
as
is
I did.
basically
And you're
like
free
the
to
video
understand
version
whatever
of
you want from it.
Twitter?
I understand that TikTok is in fact influenced by the Chinese government.
I mean, that
And I
Twitter
also
is
understand
is
that they will
doing a very
probably
similar
delete my
thing
account after this video, so
of
please
underrepresenting
follow my backup account or
specific
follow me on
posts.
Instagram,
It
Twitter,
wants to
or YouTube.
underrepresent
I just
and
hope you don't put
overrepresenting
anything
other ones. This feels very, very similar to that. Instead of doing something fun, I had the amazing idea to watch some of the ICJ hearings. How was it? Did you hear something interesting? Because I haven't had the... I don't know if I want to say time or patience. I don't know what was the problem, but I didn't watch it. I did read some of the opinions on it. Didn't really get too strong of an opinion, to be completely honest. If China went to war with Taiwan, it would cost the world $10 trillion. We kind of deserve it. We kind of deserve it for our dumbassery. Should have stopped this. We still can't stop this. Why is UK having to... By the way, fucking UK. Look at the UK. Where's my stuff on UK? I saved some shit. I saved some shit. Just both sides presenting their point, yeah. I've seen that... I've seen people bitching about Western media not covering it. That's like the strongest point I've seen so far in the thing. But I know that, who was it? They were like the Sky News. And was it BBC? I think the two listed as not reporting on it. Was it BBC? I think it was Sky News and BBC specifically. I don't know what else they mean, because everyone else I've checked has been reporting on it regularly. I guess that's where the bitcher is coming from. I've got no idea. Chinese brainwashing propaganda should be banned. True. Hey, thank you for joining, Giga. But yeah, get rid of TikTok, get rid of Twitter, have a happy world. Join Threads, my guys, join Threads. Threads is great. Look at UK. Look at the Brits. Look at the Brits. The Brits have committed to helping Ukraine. Come on. Ooh, what? Nice. Nice. Fair. That's good. Look at him. Look at our man. He took his banned on government issued Job USA phones. What the shit. Based. That's based. Should be banned on all phones. Like you buy a phone in Europe and immediately you can't get TikTok. Look at this man. He's a flag. We need lawyers to be more fun. Just start shit talking more. Yeah, it reminds me of what is USA has something right now, but I don't know what it has. I swear to God, I can't understand what it has. But a thing with like the blonde horse-faced woman, the one who looks like she's related to Lavrov, her showing like dick pics to people. And then there was this woman making like a whole commentary about how Republicans are stupid. And at one point in the commentary she goes, the fact that Hunter Biden joined and you guys didn't ask him any questions, like they claim they're gonna ask him questions, And then he joined, and then he was like, hey, do you have any questions for me? And no one had any questions, right? And the woman was like, the fact you didn't have any questions makes you guys look a little bit, how the youth would say it, sus. I loved that. I loved that so much. I thought it was the funniest thing. Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene, yeah. And there's like screenshots of her showing dick pics. I saw someone today make a joke. It was, I was like, how dangerous she actually is for USA, right? How dangerous she is for the country, and there's a whole movement forming to get her out of the politics, to take away any sort of power she has in politics right now. It was really funny because someone was, they were like trying to figure out how to keep her from appearing on the ballots next time, like how to get her out of the race in the first place, because she shouldn't be getting enough support to be there. And someone was like, we just have to give her a jigsaw puzzle, 5,000 pieces of Hunter Biden's cock, and it's going to keep her so occupied that she won't be able to like do her political stunts, and then everyone's gonna forget about her. She was about to ask to see it in the flesh. Yeah, disappointed when he walked out. Also, I loved the scene where like he walks out and she just started talking, but he walked out and she was still talking in the background. So like you just hear her complaining in the background, but everyone's filming him, no one's filming her. That's the best thing. Like all the photographers, all the journalists are there, you know, following him out, him and his lawyer, I think, and they're like asking questions, and you just hear him in the back like, no one asked, bitch. Yeah, it's such a weird thing. I love USA sometimes. If we weren't in a life or death, World War III incoming situation, this would be incredibly entertaining to watch. You know, now it's a bit concerning because you're like, ooh, it's USA. Like, we're supposed to rely on them. Can we rely on them in this state? Not sure. But if we had peace here, I would love to just be enjoying that. They are wild. I adore them so much. But talking about proper politics and not USA circus is Zelensky. Look at Zelensky. No, we're not discussing Biden's cock. There's not a lot to say, okay? It's a big cock, and the horse woman likes it. Marjorie? Is it Marjorie? Marjorie, yeah, it's Marjorie. I keep on wanting to say Margaret. Every time I'm like Margaret, and then I'm like, no, that sounds not like her. And then I have to go and look it up. Margarine. Like tangerine, but mandarin. she does look like a Lavrov. Who here in chat was simping over her? Was it slippers? It was definitely slippers. It's always slippers. Someone said that they would. Which, you know, I'm into kink shaming. I'm especially into kink shaming if you're attracted to that. She's a weird little woman. Cromanian bastard. Cromanian brain, my dude. Watershed moment in European history, though. Ukraine and the United Kingdom signed a new, unprecedented security agreement. This is not simply a declaration. This is a reality that will come to fruition as a result of our cooperation, including security commitments from a major global power that hopefully work out this time. If the UK and other countries had provided such a level of guarantees after 1991, there would have been no Russian aggression at all. Don't know if I agree with that, but okay. Our common goal is to ensure that an attack on Ukraine will never happen again once the current Russian aggression has been halted and Ukraine strengthened. Based. Yeah, liking Brits is a bit... Look, I've got a specific dislike towards the Brits, in big part because when they did Brexit, a big motivation for them doing Brexit in the first place was the fact that lots of Europeans were coming to their lands to get jobs. So there's a particular saltiness I have about the Brits existing, you know? There's a particular feeling I've got about them. But I guess they are redeeming themselves. They are redeeming themselves, okay? Brexit was in big part based just on them. Yeah, being super racist is a good way to say it. I remember Albanians being very offended at the time, because Brits were talking about like how many Albanian immigrants are like criminals, and they specifically for some reason singled out Albanians. Like, why the fuck would you do that? Oh yeah, you as a Ukrainian or GG. They had problems with us. And then they had another problem because they kicked us out, and then they had a lack in workforce. Don't know if you remember when they did Brexit, immediately they had a panic because they had no one to drive their trucks. They had no one to work in their fields. They had fruit that was just rotting around. There was like no one to take it off the branches. There was no one to drive it to the stores. They had no one. They just like kicked out all of their foreign workers. We have a thing in Croatia where we pick like the best doctors for the year, the most efficient, just the best doctors with the highest success rate. And the one for this year is a man who had to leave Britain when Brexit happened. He got very fancy education in Britain, and he had to leave because Brexit happened. And then he found a job in Croatia. It's a blessing for Croatia. I just, you know, suck it, you losers. But Britain has increased Ukraine's support to 2.5 billion. Come on. How cool is that? In the next year, some 200 million, they're saying, will be spent on drones, which I hope is going to make us able to reach Zelensky's goal of 1 million drones this year. Come on. It has to. But yeah, Sunak has chosen to spend 200 million more than the last 2 years, when the UK's annual military commitment to Ukraine was worth 3.3 billion. Downing Street said the package of support would form the first step in what it called an unshakable 100-year partnership between Ukraine and the UK. It also includes 18 million for humanitarian aid, help fortifying Ukraine's energy infrastructure, and more funding for online English language training. I think this is great. I think overall this is a great thing. I'm really happy to see this. I'm genuinely like very glad to see Europe is putting in more power right now, partially because we can't really trust USA, I believe. Got its power because of their huge addiction to tea and spices, and their water sucked. And then now they still eat weird food. You know what I mean? Like, you were obsessed with spices. Why don't you eat real spicy food? Though I did hear that a lot of British cuisine is, what's the word? Inspired by Indian foods. That was really interesting, because when Brexit was happening, people were talking about, I remember Americans, was it the blue-eyed creepy dude on YouTube? The really racist one. I think he made a whole video about how many Indians there are on the streets of like London, and he was like, oh, it doesn't even look like United Kingdom anymore. And people of United Kingdom at the time on Twitter were like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, when we were kids, we would just go to these restaurants all the time. It was always like this. It's great. What do you mean it doesn't look like the UK? What do you think UK looks like? You've got this weird idea of UK always having been like an isolationist country. No, that is not true. Slavic wants to debate you on the Ukrainian counteroffensive? What? What would... Yeah? I'm saying there's nothing to debate me on that. To debate what? I've got no idea what he would even be wanting to debate. What the fuck is that? Slavic. He's a dude we banned off stream because he was annoying. And also threatening people with doxing. But overall, an annoying little man. And then he kept on going to pro-Russian streams to spread lies around, so I didn't really think I wanted to allow him in anyways. The reason of question about UK in the title is about them participating in protecting sea trade via attack on host states. Oh, I don't see UK as, how to say this, a driver in that. I don't see UK as a driver in that. I see USA as a driver in that. But also, I think the attack on Houthis was deserved. Judging by quite a few thank yous, it would be completely okay for Finland and Estonia to start shooting missiles at foreign ships passing through the Gulf of Finland. Yeah, that's basically the idea. Where's that Hassan's post? Did I already close it? No, I didn't. This one. Houthis have openly stated since day one their blockade in the Red Sea is due to Israeli siege on Gaza and it will end when Israel stops. It's basically that. Like, they have no right to do that. You got no right to do that. You got no right to shoot at commercial ships that have nothing to do with Israel in the first place, plenty of them. You got no right to do that. You can't just decide to enact a fucking blockade. it's not in your right. So yeah, I think the response was deserved. Did he DM to tell? Oh no. Did he DM me though? That man hasn't been in my DMs for quite a long time. Okay, I kind of miss his little outbursts. I kind of miss his little bitchery. I just said it, my dude. He has a project. I want to debate on Ukraine. I don't mind if you need preparation time, and podcast will be uploaded to YouTube. Nope. Now, what's the reason for nope? I'll tell you what's the reason for nope. I have done a social media detox during these holidays. And actually, even before the holidays, I was doing this thing where I don't feel like we should be giving... I'm trying to use nicer words lately. Morons? Dumbfucks? Fascist supporters? Genocide cheerers. We could say it like that. I don't feel like we should give genocide cheerers any sort of place. And I know the spaces where Slav has been. I know which streams he has been hanging out with. I know which lies he has been spreading, both in these streams and about me, and about Ukraine. I know which types of misinformation his little crowd of dumbfucks likes to be spreading. I'm not gonna be engaging with that. I refuse to be engaging with that. If anyone wants to debate, I will not think of them badly. A lot badly. I don't know, I have weird feelings on it. You know, like when people debated that dude. Who was that dude? The really, really unhinged one. Yankee Tanky. I still don't know how I feel about people debating Yankee Tanky. Or people debating like Andrew Tate on Ukraine. You know what I mean? It's like... Or that one, what's his name? The Hobbit dude. Like, why did we ever create a situation where we allowed people like this to share their views in the first place? Yeah, no, I don't see any reason with that. So, no. Oh, House too. Like, why? And I understand when it's a big content creator making lots of money, so you do it for the content, I guess. It feels a bit... I don't know, man. It feels a bit insulting almost, you know? Like, why? Why? Like, imagine making a panel on Ukraine and you invite Fabian Liberty to it. Isn't it? I don't know. I kind of see it as insulting, genuinely. So yeah, I wouldn't want to participate in that. Fabian, he was a piece of shit when he did that debate with Anastasia. He was a piece of shit in that one. So yeah, I'm just kind of refusing to engage with trash. You know, we have a saying here in Croatia. We got a saying here. It's, if you lie down with dogs, you're gonna wake up covered in fleas. And basically, I'm refusing to lie down with dogs. What was the ass mention? What was the ass mention? Did what Nick Slavik said Vicky has small ass? I have a huge ass. I have a huge ass. Also been doing my exercises recently. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I downloaded an app. Basically, I'm an idiot when it comes to exercising. So I overdo it and then everything hurts. So I got an app which is like dancing app, and it's supposed to be like 1 day of proper exercising, then 1 day of dancing. So I have a day to like free up my muscles, and I tried twerking today. That shit is hard. Did you ever try it? Try it. Holy shit, try it. Like go on YouTube or something and find a tutorial. I'm not gonna advertise the app to you because the app is shit. It has few free tutorials, but then most of them you have to pay for, and I'm not gonna pay for them. I'm just enjoying the free ones. But try twerking, because it's really fucking hard. But also it makes you use muscles that I feel like you will never use at any point in your life if you don't try twerking. It's fun. Haven't seen Fabian get invited to panels since he mocked Anna's dad. Great. That's good. That's good. I hope he's rotting away wherever he is. Want to be in a pub setting with Fabian and hear him say the same shit he said about Anna's dad? That was horrible. That was horrible. That was absolutely horrible. And yeah. So you know what I mean? Like, I know the crowd Slav hangs with. I don't think you can be certain he's not gonna have the same type of trash in his little project. And I don't want to be a part of what gives that trash any sort of content. So yeah, moving on, I guess. You should take better care of your dogs. That's true. That's true. I mean, to be fair, these are not my dogs. These are some wild ones going around. I take a very good care of my dog. Okay, my dog is great. She farts a lot. But she's great when it comes to not... hopefully not farting all the time. Wait, what did I click on? I clicked on this one. Where was that one? Oh, I had the NAFO one to click on. Okay. NAFO! Also, I saved more news. I had to show you my news. Oversized RC vehicle that will light up your ass without remorse. Work of the 5th Assault Brigade is firing at Russian positions in the Bakhmut direction. Nice. Okay, nice. Oh, look at him. Wait, what? Okay. What? Oh, you go, small dude, you go. Nice. Oh, he just keeps on. He just keeps on running. everything. Yes, yes, yes. Also like those old spaceships where you go like choo choo, pew pew pew. Oh, you're so tiny. You're so tiny. I'm gonna use this as like proof size, doesn't matter. Have you seen the little dude? Oh, he was so good. Oh, this one, Chrome Hound. You played as a squad to capture radar stations and destroy the enemy base. With the command unit, you created a radar communication zone in your radius, and you could give your units orders using the map. Nice! Nice, 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 nice. Wish they had 10k of those plus a lot of ammo. True. True. Kinda green to be a new video. Hey, true. It was hidden from us. All of this time we were left uneducated on this piece of information. All of this time we had no idea what was going on. Beautiful. Hey! You can get a fella! You can get a fella! You can get a fella! Oh, Slavic Squad! For hosting me in his shop. Nice! You can get a fella. I want to get my fella. I don't have a proper fella. I need to make a proper fella. I need to pay to get a proper fella made. Like a Croatian one. That's cute. Oh, that is cute. That is adorable. Is it good from Czechia? Best way to boost. Zoomed in image. Best way to boost. Boost or boosting, with or without image. Deboosts any single word repeated in many replies, e.g. boost, leads to deboosting. The algorithm thinks it's a bot. Like a post or post only an image helps a little. Quote retweet with more than a single word in the tweet, better. Reply to original tweet with a full sentence, the best. You know what this reminds me of? How many of you were losers in high school? How many of you were losers? High school, elementary school time. Did you guys ever get into any like music fandoms? Because I used to be in K-pop. I used to be real into K-pop. And when we were listening to BTS, there was like a whole list of basically rules you're supposed to follow on Twitter in the first days of release of a new single, so you know how to give it the most engagement on post and how to boost it to other people's For You pages. That was fun. Okay, that thing was fun, but they had very similar rules to this. So I guess they kind of stayed very similar to where they are when it comes to Twitter. It was also, I remember being like, if you write specific words, it would actually deboost the post. So you shouldn't be mentioning stuff like streaming. You shouldn't be mentioning engagement. You shouldn't be mentioning the name of the band itself. You should be writing replies that sound like a real person wrote a sentence. And then there were people who will be like writing comments. And they are the first ones who write a comment, and then everyone else writes the same comment, just like adds a word somewhere. So it's all like a unique sentence, which is not copy-pasted, but still, you know, you make it easier for yourself by copying the first comment you see and adding a word. That was really, really cool. So it reminds me of that. I'm glad it works though. I'm glad they figured it out. It's a hard thing to navigate because Twitter is a piece of shit. Twitter? I like Twitter. I like Twitter. Oh wait, you posted a tank game? I was like, what was base? And it's a tank game! What is that? Best. Oh shit, I had this! Oh, I had this. I had a bunch of these games on a CD. We had a little CD that we bought at like a village fair. It had this, it had Flicky. Have you guys ever played Flicky video game? It's this one. It's like that bird. This one, it's a bird and it's like saving a bunch of chicks. Yeah, just the whole CD, we bought it from some dealer. I don't even know where he got all of this shit from, you know. That was a really cool game, and I don't know what it's called, but it's a creature that's like, it's a pixel creature, and then it evolves. Yellow Chinese cartridges. Yeah, that, but we had that on a CD. We had that on a CD form. That was so cool. Yeah, when I was a kid, that was a treasure. That was a treasure, okay, because no one else had these games. So you could go to village fairs and you could buy one of these CDs for a very, very cheap price. There were also a bunch of games, I remember, which were like puzzle games. And then when you complete the puzzle, you get the image of a naked woman. So that was interesting. And they were just sold. Like you get, at the time it was like less than an euro, like 70 cents I want to say, for a CD, and you just have it in your possession now. K-pop stars systematically drugging and raping girls in a nightclub. Who was involved in that? Not involved. Later he was proven not to be involved, but one of Big Bang members was supposedly involved in that. Sungri, I think it was Sungri. And then later it was shown that he wasn't, so. But yeah, I know which scandal you're talking about. That was huge. That was really, really huge. A car with a driver inside fell under the asphalt in Rostov. Oh no! Oh, that is incredibly sad. The roads are falling apart. They barely have roads. Barely have roads. Like, you know how rare it is for a part of Russia to have asphalt? And then it breaks apart under your fucking car. Oh yeah, Prince of Persia. Also the cat. You reminded me now. There was a cat game. What was the cat game? There was a cat which was a pirate. I don't remember the game. But there was a cat, and it was a pirate cat, and it was a really, really cool game. He owned the club. I'm pretty sure he was involved. I know that they've said that... how was it? No, wait. Was it him owning the club? Who was it then that they said wasn't involved because he just came there to perform? Was it not him? I was pretty sure it was him. But like, he was around performing, but he wasn't really in the specific group chat. Captain Claw! Yes! Captain Claw! It was a cat. That was a pirate. That was a cool game. That and that rabbit. What was the rabbit? There were two rabbits. I think one was green and one was red. That was a cool game. I used to play that with my brother. That one and Ninja Turtles one, also pixelish. Best games ever. Best fucking games ever. We still have those cartridges for the... I don't even know what the fuck we played the cartridge games on, but we don't have the CDs anymore. And I'm kind of sad about not having the CDs. That goddamn sucks. I don't remember the cutscenes. The thing is, I will not watch the cutscenes because last time I watched cutscenes... Not cutscenes. Last time I watched something that I watched as a kid. I saw that... Oh, what was the cartoon? It was a horse. There was a horse. It was a woman and she has a sword and then she lifts it up. And then there's a horse that she has and the horse like gets, you know, Sailor Moon thing? Where like their entire outfit changes to something battle-ish. She changes into an outfit but so does the horse. Yeah, I remember cartoon. And I looked it up actually. I found it on YouTube. And when I saw the cartoon, it looked a lot more shitty than what I remembered, you know, in my nostalgic little pink glasses world. So I'm refusing to watch cutscenes of other games that I remember. I feel it's going to ruin the illusion. Like I saw GTA San Andreas recently. I saw a gameplay of it because I was making a joke about like knowing where the strip club is, and I actually do know where it is. But I looked at the video of someone on YouTube showing you how to reach the strip club, and it looks like such a bad game. Oh my man, it was such a bad game. In my head, the graphics are impeccable. In my head, holy shit, if you asked me about the hairstyles and everything, I would have told you it was the most detailed game ever. And then I look at a clip of it and I'm like, oh shit. This is nothing like what I remember. So, yeah, I'm kinda... Oh yeah, Slavic Slav wanted to debate the Ukrainian counteroffensive. I don't know. I don't know. The guy who earned rubles for the whole life. And I bet as they like to fuck each other when it comes to money, insurance companies will look for a reason not to pay him. It would be sad if it wasn't Russian. It would be sad if it wasn't a Russian falling into this hole. Then it's just funny. Like, you made this. You made this. You created this world. Welcome. Hope you like it. Hey yo, Bandur. Hey yo, how are you doing? You're feeling better? I'm happy to hear that. Can you strike a dude who's banned? Unlike Russia, General Frost is familiar with internationally recognized borders. Oh shit. Oh nice, look at this. That's bad. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. It's like karma itself. I like this. I like this. I like this. I support this fully. Holy shit. Holy shit. They deserve this one. Do you think they're aware of this? Do you think we could like be using this to prove to them that God himself hates them? Oh shit, I remember this fucker. Oh, I remember this fucker. I hated this fucker. I hated him so much. That was such a hard game to play. That was incredible. Wait, they have more games? Now I'm remembering those stupid ass games. I remember a horse one. Did you play a horse one? There was a horse which was like jumping through over those like obstacles, and he was going through a race. That was ridiculous. I remember playing that a lot as a kid. I don't know why. I played the loser games, I feel. I was playing Kirby a lot though. I loved Kirby. When the eagles are silent, the parrots begin to jabber. Oh, fair. How we loaded games back in 90s. Oh no. Oh yeah. Man, did you guys also have like a family hero who was just a person that knew how to burn CDs and was giving you the games? Because that's what I had. We had relatives that we were friends with just because they would give us games. That was so cool. Yeah, not internet. We got PCs in, I think it was 2004 when we got our first one. 2005, 2004. I'm not sure. I was somewhere in the first 4 grades of elementary school, but I don't know exactly which grade I was in. But yeah, that's when we got our first PC. We had a friend in the village. Oh, he was a hero. He was such a great dude. We had a friend in the village that everyone wanted to be friends with because he knew how to burn songs on CDs. So when you wanted to listen to a song at home, you would bring a CD to him, and then he would like burn a song to it, and then you would be able to listen to it on repeat at home, like one song on one CD. So we had a bunch of CDs. There was just like one song, you know, those oh shit, we had those books. You guys remember those books? It was like a book with CDs in it, and then you would just like find the song you wanted to play. And when you had movies on them, you needed to have the movie on 2 DVDs because it couldn't be on one. You had to be on 2 of them. Like when my first time I was watching The Ring horror movie, I was watching it on a CD like that, and you know, I had to watch the first part and then I had to watch the second part. That was great. You had only Tetris and Chess Master. Oh shit, I remember having that Minesweeper. I remember having Minesweeper. You know how long it took me to know what the numbers in Minesweeper mean? Me and my brother, we used to play that thing. And we thought that like you have to calculate the numbers and then the person with like the biggest score is the winner. We didn't know it actually meant like the number of mines connected to each square. We were playing the idiot version. That was great. Oh, that was horrible. Man. Oh yeah, VHS that. Oh, we have those of cartoons. We have those. We have all of our childhood cartoons on those. I still have VHS tapes. I don't have the player. So like, I don't know. I got the cat. We had the cat cartoon. Meow, meow. Can I just write meow, meow? This one. We had this on one of those cassettes. It's these two very annoying cats. Gonna play this for you because you're little babies. How cool is this? And I've learned recently that they also have like rabbits and whatever. I didn't know. I was just watching the cat one. We had the cat one on cassette and we were just replaying that one. Oh, pinball was great. Pinball was great. Magnetic film degrades over time. A lot of them are unplayable. Shit! Oh fuck! Yeah, now I have to back it up. I didn't know. I had no idea about that. We played them, I wanna say 3 years ago. I think we got the player. VHS player. But it was... They played properly. They were okay. But now you got me a bit scared. Now you got me a bit terrified. I'm gonna have to figure out how to put them not on VHS. Is there actually... Do they ever have any sort of lyrics in this? Do they ever have any sort of speech? Used to record radio shows to music cassettes. Oh shit, we had those cassettes. The tiny ones. The tiny ones. We still have downstairs. We have a thing. It's like it's a radio and it has a CD player and it also has the cassette player. That was, man, you know what sort of a technology that was when I was a kid? I got it for, I don't know which birthday. Don't remember, but I remember being absolutely wild about the goddamn thing. It still plays, by the way, it's still working. He's still alive, he's still functioning. But man, that was like, oh, you felt like you were in 2050 when you had that in your house, you know? Because all we had before were those like blocky little radios, and they couldn't do anything. They were just radios, right? And they were blocky, and you had the antenna, and then you needed to like figure out where it's going to be playing your stations properly. And then we got that one, and you can put a CD in it, and it actually plays the fucking song. Wild, we were wild. Me and my stupid brother, we like took those little... My parents had a bunch of old cassettes with like music and we would just play them. It's like two kids sitting in front of a goddamn huge piece of equipment playing old music cassettes and just acting like it's the most fun thing in the world. It was old music, we didn't really care about it that much, it was just like technology. I always look nice. What do you mean? I always look nice. What year did CDs come to Great? I don't know. Leave me alone. It's gonna be something late and you're gonna bully me. Can I find when CDs? When did CDs come to Europe? Europe. I don't actually know. They've been existing for 40 years. They have not been here for 40 years. This is a lie. This is actually a false fact. They've been existing for like, I want to say 15. I want to say 15. 15 sounds... 20? 25. 25. My dad bought a CD player before the war. Holy shit. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a possibility. We had that one dude. You remember that one dude? in our military who was listening to like foreign rock music, right? He got invited to not fight in the war, but to instead go to a concert with them. Probably listened to like CDs or whatever. I didn't really think about like how people in that time used to listen to foreign music, to be honest. The CDs are coming to Croatia. Thank you. Very Estonian. Very Estonian. Ukrainian kid clown show. They had alcoholic themed sketches with a wife and husband and a bear, and it was live action. What the hell? Those things that blow cold air on you. You mean the pussy technology? You mean the pussy tech? You mean the pussy tech? No, I'm not getting the pussy tech. Holy shit, it would ruin my whole brand. No, I'll actually need to get it. I will need to get an AC. I'm just bro. I'm broke. I'm broke. And also I'm very cheap. Not getting any pussy tech lately. I've learned today I'm lacking vitamin D. Genuinely. Like the actual vitamin. It's just, it's been the funniest thing I've learned today, you know? I just keep on thinking about it. Like, I'm the one making jokes. I wrote it to my boyfriend. I was like, I'm lacking vitamin D. And he was like, oh, no, that is so sad. I was like, wait, you're supposed to make a joke. You're supposed to make a joke. The fuck are you doing? Wait, that's not the response I wanted. But yeah, I'm lacking it. And then I go to Wikipedia and I'm like, vitamin D deficiency, what is that? And Wikipedia is like, you could develop schizophrenia from it. And I was like, huh? What? 12,000 IUs a day for the past 3 weeks? What? Make sure you watch a lot of vids on dosing? What, really? Why have you been reading about it? Wait, I'm interested. I had no idea on this. I lack so much vitamin I need to take injections? What? Man, what the hell? Are we all falling apart? Are we all falling apart? Has to have calcium? I remember reading... Wait, my knowledge comes from Wikipedia. My knowledge comes from Wikipedia, okay? What I know is that you need vitamin D in your organism to properly use calcium. Was it calcium, magnesium, and another thing? But you need enough vitamin D in your body for any of this to matter, because if you don't have vitamin D in the first place, it's like none of this really matters, right? It's like, I think, vitamin C with iron. If you are lacking vitamin C in your organism, your body is not going to know what to do with iron, and you're just going to expel it, and it's not really going to do anything good to your body. So it doesn't really help to be ingesting more iron if you are lacking in vitamin C. Man. But yeah, basically I've been waking up for the last month. I didn't go to a doctor because I'm an idiot. But I've been waking up and like this entire area hurts. And at first I thought it was my ribs being fucked up, right? And then no, it's not my ribs being fucked up. You know what it is? Like the entire night I'm clenching these muscles for some reason. That's what's happening. And my doctor was like, that's weird. And basically her idea right now is that either I'm lacking vitamin D, because lack of vitamin D can cause issues with both bones and muscles. So she thinks it might be that. Either it's that, or I might be having some sort of an infection, which the body is trying to fight. So yeah, I'm not inside all the time. I have a job. I got a job. But it is true, I'm not really a sun-loving person. I have I have, there's a word for this. I learned a word for this recently. I learned a word for this and I forgot it now. There's a word for when you get migraines, I don't know, migraines, but you get them only when you have something going on around you specifically, right? Like, you know how some people, like, loud sounds fuck them up and their head hurts all day? I have that, but with light. Basically, if there's a lot of light, if there's a lot of contrast around me, I get an incredible headache. So I've been fighting it the last, let's say, 3 years. I've been fighting it by very often wearing sunglasses when I'm outside and by just avoiding exposure to the sun. That's what I'm doing. Like, I remember the first time I noticed this, I was outside and the sun was shining on the road. And you know how, like, you look at the road and it's like, it's glistening from the sun shining on it? I get a mad headache from that thing. So that's the first time I've noticed it, and I was trying to like fight it by not being around. You know, if I know there's a lot of sunshine out, I try not to go outside. So yeah, apparently that was one part of the issue the whole time, because I mentioned that to my doctor and she was like, oh. But I mean, also you're talking like ocular migraines. Hey, wait, is that the one with the little rainbows forming? Because I haven't had that in a while. I have not had that in a while. What I did have was, and I haven't mentioned this to my doctor. I have to ask her about that. I sometimes get a thing where like the shadows start to move in my vision. So I'll be like chilling. I'll be chilling, and especially if there's you know, let's say you go to bed, right? Go to bed, and you know when your room is dark and you can kind of see, but you also really can't? Well, yeah. Well, sometimes I get like movements in the ends of my vision. And I was figuring it's stress-based or whatever, because I did see that it can be. But I don't know. I haven't really mentioned it to her. I did used to have iron deficiency though too. When I was in high school, I was on diet a lot. And basically, I used to be, you know when you like get up and everything goes black for a while? I had that. But I kind of treated this as if it was a normal thing. Like it's reached a point where right now, I unconsciously map out my movement before I get up from any place. Like if I want to get up from my chair now and go to my toilet, for example, before I do that, I'm going to scan the room and I know like where the doors are, right? So when I get up, I can just go to the doors even if I don't see. I used to be just planning it unconsciously because it would happen every single time. And I just kind of knew how to do it. Like the first few steps I know how to do. So yeah, I'm not the healthiest person. If you want to speak to someone about personal health, you should not be speaking to me, okay? I'm not really good at it. Neurological stuff is usually D3 magnesium and vitamin B complex related. Oh shit! Why do you know a lot about it? What's wrong with you? I spend time outdoors in the spring and summer. Get that vitamin D like crazy. Oh, I do not. I do not. Is it possible to be healthy with Croatian food? Not really. It is if you eat like the fish people eat. But then you have to eat like the fish people eat. Do you want to do that? Do you want to... Ew. Ew. No, so... No, not really. Yeah, I eat a lot of bacon. Most of my daily food intake is really, really unhealthy. And then more unhealthy. Also, we kind of... We have this thing where like we like mostly eat bread and meat. Just bread, meat, more bread, more meat. Blue light safety glasses are helpful for light sensitivity. Oh, I should try that. Actually, I have one pair of those glasses. I just haven't really been wearing them. I got them and I was like, oh, okay, thank you. I don't know if this helps at all. And then I forgot. I used to go and try. Yeah, the patches. I want this one. I like this one very much. I want that one. I'm like that when blacked out on booze. I have never been blacked out on booze. It couldn't be me. I'm too strong when it comes to the alcohol intake. I can suffer through. Tolerate is the word. Suffer through. She goes, bread, meat, coffee with lots of sugar. Yeah. It's like very, very unhealthy. So no wonder that we are falling apart. Should I avoid Dubrovnik? The crowds will not be your biggest problem. Cash money is gonna be your biggest problem. But that's my perspective because I'm a poor bitch. I'm a poor bitch. For me, it's like I'm gonna be avoiding it forever. But it's... wait, there's a way to say this. I feel that the second you decide to go to a touristy spot, there are things that you have to be willing to tolerate. Huge prices and lots of people are those things, right? It's like, you gotta tolerate that. Do you want to see any tourist place in the world? You gotta tolerate that shit. There's not a single place in the world that is touristy that is not going to be more expensive than regular places of that country, and also that is not going to have a lot more people around, right? So I feel it would be okay, to be honest. I feel it would be okay. Why not? It would be nice to see some more parts of the world. 15 euro hamburgers, while the rest of Croatia was around 2 to 3 euros. Yeah, the 3 to 3. But no, you shouldn't be avoiding that, okay? Croatia is a very poor country, and we need your assistance. We need your help towards our economy, okay? Get the 15 euro hamburgers. How do you think we're gonna give pensions to our people? Oh, dude. Cream A, I would love to. I would actually love to. That would be great. Can't wait for it to be liberated. That would be great. Very warm relation, almost so free. I've seen a lot of Europeans are planning to come. I feel the prices are gonna get hiked up in Cream too after it's liberated. Lots of Europeans are planning to come. PDV? You think they're not paying it? I think they're not paying it? Are they not paying it? Pretty poor on a fixed income. I survived on dairy proteins and like... I mean, yeah, that's quite acceptable, I guess. Look, I don't know what you actually need to survive on a diet. Like, I don't know if you took out carbohydrates, for example, from your diet completely, would you be GG? You just replace them with like protein. Would you be okay? You can live without carbs. Oh, nice. Yeah. I was just wondering. That sounds interesting. Okay, fair. Cream sounds great until you realize Russians were there for over 10 years. And it smells like some shitty Russian village. To be fair, 2 things on that. First thing, when Ukraine liberates Crimea, I feel what's going to happen is very similar to what happened when Croatia managed to liberate its occupied parts from Serbs, which is that the Serb invaders left and then also the Serbs who were introduced to the area left, right? So it's kind of like empty ground to a way. Most of collaborationists basically are gonna shit their pants and leave, which is a good thing. So you take that problem out of the equation, and then you are left with the issue of Crimea having to be rebuilt, which I wouldn't be against volunteering when it comes to that. I've seen some people already locally like having little conversations about specifically we have a volunteering group in the city, and they went to, which country was it last? Oh, I think it was Latvia last, but I'm not even sure. But they basically like go to small villages or go where, you know, you need some sort of humanitarian work being done or whatever. And it's like you volunteer to go and help. And then it's like a holiday, but it's also volunteering. And there were some mentions of like, hey, when Ukraine liberates its lands, it will likely need a lot of assistance, so we might also like organize some trips there. I wouldn't really be against that, you know what I mean? I feel it would be like mixing productivity with also going. And it seems like the best case solution. So that's kind of what I'm shooting for. Like, I'm aware if it's going to very likely be looking like, you know, the Russian parts of the world. But also, I grew up in a war-torn part of Croatia. I know I know what to expect, in a way. So, you know, I feel it wouldn't be too much of a culture shock. I live in one of the first villages occupied, mind you, that I've seen shit. I'm seeing shit still. We filled 3 gen of ASA radar in the last 20 years. Got the best IMD. Fielded several BMDs with HTK capabilities, 11 carriers, update nearly 1,000 stealth aircraft. Operate. We still have some weaknesses. We have unstoppable hypersonic. I feel this would be a lot stronger if USA was doing a lot more, you know, to help Ukraine. I feel it would be, the meaning of the meme would just carry so much more power. But then USA is kind of not doing too much. And then it's like, hey, luckily landmines now. Croatia actually is trying to help Ukraine clear landmines, so I'm hoping we are useful on that scale. I thank you, Rebound. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It genuinely feels like the best, you know. If going, I feel it would be useful to mix it with productivity. What do we make of the Pope wanting to do communism? I don't know. I have no idea where he was coming from. I have no idea. Didn't he say, what was it? Something like Marxists? Shit. What was the exact quote? What was the exact quote? I can just Google it here. I don't have to Google it on my phone. Pope communism. Let me Google that. Let me see what pops up. Is the Pope a communist? No. What? Oh, I'm just getting chaos news. I read some quotes on it. He was hosting a Marxist Christian dialogue group at Vatican. January 11, 2024, that's that. He urged them to be open in dialogue to new ways, while avoiding reiterating the Church's consistent condemnation of Marxism. Project of dialogue between socialists, Marxists and Christians, involving intellectuals, academics, politicians, activists and students from several European countries. I'm not really... You know my views on Marxists. I don't really believe they can be intellectuals in the first place, but is the Pope. You know how Jesus was having lunches with prostitutes and sinners? I feel when the Pope mingles with communists, I feel like he's doing his own version of that. You know, it's like, you're the lost sheep. You're the lost sheep. You're the fucked up sheep. I hope you to figure out your way. Kinda sad to be watching you here. America can't afford to support anymore. Oh, I think they can. I think they can afford a lot of shit. I think it's the question is their willingness to do so, but I'm pretty sure they can. Church bells? No, it's because it's 7 in the evening, and in the 7 in the evening they do the bells for longer. I don't know why, they just do that. Did you just Marxist cannot be smart? It's like a self-diss. How is it a self-diss? How is it a self-diss? I'm not a Marxist. I'm not a communist either. I'm not one of them. Nazis are bad, but communism is fine. I don't know what he thinks commie countries were doing to Christians. I mean, you know, again, if you come from the perspective of like Jesus was having lunches with prostitutes, so the Pope choosing to mingle with communists might be like his version of that. I understand what he's doing with Marxists. It just... yeah. First step in communism is to denounce the religion. They literally killed religious people here. They would kill religious people. The biggest commies in my village were all people who despised religion. Far left? I'm not far left. What sort of my ideas makes you think I'm far left? How would you define far left if I'm a part of it? What? Average guy doesn't understand how the national debt works. They assume it's like personal debt and not federal bonds held as investments by other countries that are also in billions of debt to you. Yeah, my favorite thing was when people link you that like USA debt counter thing, the website, you know the website, and it's like showing you the numbers and everything. I was like, man, what exactly do you think this shows? Huh? What are we doing? From USA point of view, the whole European Union is far left. Okay, fair. Like I assume my support for proper healthcare and also pension makes me far left in the eyes of Americans. I could see that. Universal healthcare? Yeah, of course. Bro, right-wingers in Europe believe in universal healthcare. That's a normal point of view. That's normal. But LGBT, women's rights, immigration and so? That doesn't make you far left. Yeah, I wonder what would be like the difference between far left and left. What's the border between far left and left? It's like arms crossing. Also, I don't even know where I am on a European scale, to be honest. I've been called many things. I've been called a far righter. I don't know. But it's also, you know, it's not one of those things that I'm really interested in. I don't really care. I don't think those words matter, if you know what I mean. I don't really think left and right matter in any sort of a way. I think the recent situation with, you know, leftists supporting Russian invasion on Ukraine, I think it has shown to us that it's just useless terms in a way when it comes to like Twitch spheres, right? It's just useless little terms and people can use them the way they like it. You can be a genocide supporter on the right and you can be a genocide supporter on the left. You can support the same exact genocide going on. You will just use different ways of approaching it. But in the end, your policies are the same. I don't really know how that in any sort of a way makes a difference. So yeah, I don't know what's the meaning of it. Oh yeah, but I'm not against certain socialist policies. I'm also not a Marxist. Marxism was a lot more than universal healthcare. Communism itself is a lot more than universal healthcare. Universal healthcare in Eastern Europe is dog shit? Really? Oh, it's not bad here. It's good here. We actually had an interview with the best doctor in Croatia who was working in the UK And then when Brexit happened, he had to leave. There was an interview published with him recently of like the healthcare quality differences between Croatia and the UK. And he says that we're like quite the same, really. And I do agree. I do think we're good. No, I don't think universal healthcare is radical, my dude. I don't agree with that. I mean, from the USA point of view, it might be, but, you know. American conservatives think national healthcare is communist. That too, though, I could see that. Religion? As a kid, the shit I tell you, and morality you're subjected to. When our government is the end of the world. I do think, though, well, I do think religion has caused a lot of issues in the world. I also do think that it's alright to have it around, as long as we control it properly, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not one of those people who are like, oh yeah, we should just abolish all religion. I'm not really into that. I do think the way it is taught should definitely be controlled better. But, yeah. I'm not really a hater, to be honest. I don't think we have sky-high tax rates. But also, yeah, I do think they're good, considering the fact that we get a lot of shit from the government in return, like the universal healthcare, like the pension. I think our tax rates are absolutely okay. It's not like USA doesn't pay any taxes. You people also pay taxes. You just don't get shit. The act of getting shit to you would be too much. But like paying taxes and not getting anything in return, you like that. But you know. Right-wingers in Canada also support healthcare. Yeah, that too. I remember someone, we had this conversation in chat, who remembers this? When someone was like, oh, Biden is actually far-right in Europe. And I was like, no, he's not. He would not be far-right in Europe. And they were like, oh yeah, look at his views on healthcare. And they shared some sort of like, was it an interview or whatever, I don't know, where he opposed universal healthcare. He said something slightly negative about it, and I was like, yeah. Oh crap, like our far right would not say something like that. Universal healthcare is just like genuinely a completely normal thing to expect. And I'm happy about that. I think it's a good system. I definitely think it's better than a system not offering it. And I like it's one of those things that is just like constant, you know? It's like we agree on that. The left-wingers, the right-wingers, everyone in politics, we agree that we need universal healthcare. One chatter who came into Dylan's chat complained that the Destiny versus Alex Jones debate was leftist shit. Oh, damn. I have seen that, to be fair. I think there's a point of... Now, I haven't been watching Destiny lately. I don't know how his research on Israel-Palestine went. I don't know what he has been saying on that. Before this, though... I thought it was quite a good, what's the word for that, litmus test on how person views Destiny. It was, for me, it was like quite a good test of whether we are going to be able to agree on anything, because I do have a view that he is rather based in a lot of things. And it feels to me that whenever I see people who are completely hating on that man, there's some sort of a problem going on. There's some sort of an issue. You believe in some delusional shit, right? But yeah, again, I don't know. I don't know what he's doing lately. I don't know if he went back into his little... I saw him recently talking to Alex Jones. Was it on Trump? It was on Trump. I have no idea what's happening with that man in the last few months. Does Croatia have a homeless population? Yes, of course. Of course. We are trying, but there's still lots of improvements to be made. Lots of improvements. What if you make 50k euros, you will be lucky to see 25k after the taxman cut? What? No. What? You think we pay 50% taxes? What are you saying? No. What? Where did you get that idea from? No. Almost no one has a healthcare system like the US. Oh, give me a sec. making dinner arrangements. I'm a proper organized woman. I'm having dinners. I'm having food in the evening. Yeah. Few problems? Yeah, no, definitely few things he said that you're like, ugh. But outright hating on the man, I don't feel anyone reasonable hates the man. I feel like you can disagree with him on some things, but he's not one of those people that have views that are vile. You know what I mean? Like if you hate on Fabian Liberty, I would be like, yeah, GG, nice. Like, I see it there. It's a piece of shit, right? Destiny, I don't know. I feel like he approaches conversations honestly, even if I can disagree with him sometimes. He approaches them honestly, and he has a very stable position that sometimes I disagree with, but it's still very stable. And it's based in him trying to do research. Oh, damn. Even the poor in USA have AC and internet? Not the case in Europe. Bro, everyone in Europe has internet. The fuck are you talking about? What are you saying? Oh, actually, it would be interesting to see the statistics on that. Internet stats 223. Penetration rate, they say. But yeah, we're doing well. How different women look with or without makeup. My bro, is that frightening to you? That's frightening to you? I don't know the fuck you've been doing the rest of your existence. You know what scares me a lot? I see a woman sometimes and her eyelids look blue, and then I see her later and they're not blue anymore. Oh, I crap my pants the second. Sometimes her lips be very red, and sometimes her lips be not very red. Legal cheating? Nah. Look, first of all, you're a dude, you can wear makeup. No one's stopping you. Wear fucking makeup. Go and cover up those flaws that God has created you with. First thing. Second thing, like, we all try to make ourselves more attractive. People just use different ways to do it, Like, makeup falls to me in the category of people wearing a hairstyle that suits them better. Dudes having those cool beards that make you look better. Wearing outfits that cover up certain issues. Like, when you have dudes which are, like, very self-conscious about their balding spots, so they wear hats all the time or shit like that. When people try to show their muscles, they wear those wife beaters. It's all like you're trying to point out your good sides and you're trying to hide the bad ones. You look different in an outfit that suits you versus an outfit that's shit on you. Versus you naked. Right? And it's the same with makeup and all of that. You look different with your hair right now the way it is. You would look different if you were bald. I don't really see the whole conversation of that. What's Gonzalo Lira, by the way? I saw some Gonzalo Lira dude being mentioned. I got happy for a second. Got happy for a sec. Fuck, I have to scroll like a loser. Here it is. Yeah, but like everything's a cheat code. If you figure out which clothing, have you seen those comparisons online of like which colors look better on you? Like which colors look better with your skin tone and hair color and eye color, then like which colors will look worse, and they will have like a whole list of celebrities, and it's like, look at them with these colors like the same person, right? But it's wearing these colors that don't really suit them, so they look kind of washed out and bleh. And then look at the same person in colors that actually suit them and they look gorgeous. All of that's a cheat code. All of that's a cheat code. If you know how to exploit it like that, you can make yourself look incredible. So, and like, don't even get me started on like posture, on specific ways to behave around people and stuff like that that you can learn. You can fake it till you make it. All of that's a cheat code in trying to make yourself only show the good parts. So I don't really have anything against. I don't really have anything against makeup in that sense. Not the same as boosting your physical appearance. I would disagree. If you know how to use clothes properly, I would definitely disagree. Like, have you never seen the same person in like 2 completely different outfits, and in one of them you thought they looked incredible, and then in the other one they look like trash? The idea that makeup is cheating would also mean that wearing outfits that make you look incredible is cheating. I don't really see that. Yeah, but like you can turn out fatter. not in pictures, I mean like IRL. When you see a person in an outfit, you see a person in an outfit. Like IRL. Have you never like seen your friend on 2 different days, and one day you thought they were the most gorgeous person existing, and then on the other day you're like, eh? Have you never been attracted to a person like that? I remember a few instances of seeing a dude and going, damn, this dude's really hot. And then you see the same dude on another day and you're like, the fuck is that? What's this troll? What's this little being of the forest doing here among the people? It's just the clothing options matter a lot, and different clothing options work for different people. Yeah, you can mask your real appearance with everything. You can wear a push-up bra, your boobs go up, you look gorgeous. You can mask the appearance with everything. That's the point of it. You get a proper beard, you're gonna look more gorgeous than without a beard. Have you never seen those videos of dudes shaving off their beard and then looking like little toddlers? Yeah. So yeah, I'm kind of GG with all of that. It is with great sadness I must announce that Gonzalo Lira passed away in a hospital according to his father, who has been fighting to get his son much needed medical attention for the past weeks. Double pneumonia as well as pneumothorax and a very severe case of edema. Started in mid-October, was ignored by the prison. They only admitted I had pneumonia at December 22nd hearing. The responsibility of this tragedy is the dictator Zelensky, with the concurrence of a senile American president, Joe Biden. But yeah, I've got no idea if it's true. I don't know if it's true, if it is true. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Yeah, I know how much compassion I can give to a piece of shit. I do hope the research is done, just to make sure that the prison wasn't doing anything illegal when it comes to the man. I do hope they do proper research on what happened. If he actually is dead, I do hope that if he was intentionally tortured, I do hope that the people responsible are seeing justice, just because I feel it will be fair. But at the same time, it's not really raising up any feelings within me. It's not really making me feel any sort of a way. King's Landing? Dubrovnik? No. Nope. Some people have really hard time growing a beard. That's true. That too. Some people have really hard time putting on makeup. It's the same thing. But then also, again, I've never really understood the like makeup bitching coming from guys. You can wear makeup. What's stopping you from like taking mascara and making your eyelashes look super pretty so your eyes look super pretty? What's stopping you? Who is stopping you? You yourself are stopping you. Go and do it. Go and do it. Do it regardless. Look prettier. Do the pussy makeup. You know the pussy makeup? the cowardly little makeup that girls do when they're in elementary school. And then we like put on makeup that can't really be seen, but it's there. Do that. Do that. Dothraki. Oh, a horse person. Indeed. Indeed, indeed. I do not have a braid yet because I have not won any battles. When I meet Slavic Slav, I'm gonna make my braid the first time. Men in makeup are hardly attractive to women. I 100% with full heart disagree with that. 100% I disagree with that. Asshole, but yeah, I don't... I've actually never... How do they bleach? Why? Well, usual skin bleaching is very unhealthy for your skin, isn't it? I know you can get those like body lotions that like bleach your skin, and I know they're horrible. How is it not horrible to do asshole bleaching? I know it's a real procedure, I've just never thought about how dangerous it possibly is. I remember seeing an ad, now that I think about it, that was an advertisement on newspapers, not about asshole bleaching, but about like a shower gel. And if you use it regularly, it would like bleach your skin. It would make you appear more pale. Why is it allowed to be advertised? Is it not super dangerous? Why can't they just like have it among regular stuff at the makeup store? Why can't it be that? It seems like something that should not be available to general public. Facebook picture has makeup that a lady friend did for me. I still haven't changed it. See, based. No, but the thing with makeup is that like it's supposed to accentuate your best features while hiding whatever is bad about you, right? So for example, when I wear makeup, I put a lot of concealer on because I am naturally by the curse of having German blood going through my system. I do this thing where I go pink rather easily, and I'm trying to hide it. But that's the point of makeup, right? You see a fault and you're like, I'm going to hide this fault, so I appear as a person without any sort of blemishes. You can do that too. You can do that too, my dude. So see, DB. What do you think about bleaching assholes? I feel you're a man who has experience. Gonzalo, yeah, we don't know if he died. Apparently there's conversation about him dying. I don't know. We're waiting for confirmation. But yeah. How would you bleach your asshole? People sometimes do that because of the prevalence of bleached assholes in porn movies. There's a whole... I don't know how much you guys have been in incel parts of the internet. I don't know how many of you have went, rummaging through trash. But there's a whole idea on the incel part of the internet that if the skin around your private parts is darker, that it means you're a hoe. I don't know what beauty standard exactly it's based in, but they often do these types of comparisons of like, hey, look at this Asian woman in this porn movie, it's really pink. And then look at this like white woman, she has like a bit darker private parts, that means she's been hoeing around more, right? They do that all the time. They do this stupid thing with like the beauty standard. And I think because this has been shown in lots of porn movies, I think that's why like lots of women are signing up for asshole bleaching, to be honest. Woman would kiss the goat's butthole to communicate with Satan. Oh shit. Oh my man, fair though, fair. Tucker Carlson definitely bleaches his beehole. It's won't make assumptions. Will not make assumptions. Let's ask Male Rights USA what he thinks about that. He thinks men should be granted the right to be bleaching their asshole. I guess that's what it is. I guess that's what it is. Hey, by the way, I haven't shown you my news. Also, I saved some videos to watch. It's 7:29. I'm actually planning to finish on time today. I'm planning to finish like around 8, genuinely. But I'll be using only soap on mine. You can put some bleach on it and let us know how it goes. Blocking the Russian. Hey, you know the fake Ukrainian dude asked for an unban recently? Wait, let me show you. Let me show you. Don't know if I showed you. This one. Sprotru. It's probably a much bigger one than the one with in chat. Fucking evil. Is this one? Greetings. Can I ask you for unban? I'm a good and kindly person. Hope for better. Cheers. And then you look at the message history. Look at the chat logs. Where the fuck do I look at chat logs? Oh, I think here. Okay, fair. I'm sorry that my PC is very, very chaotic. But you look at the messages he had. Oh, in your chat is Ukrainian citizen who wanna stand with Russia all my life. What do you say to that? Like, come on. There was no any Russian propaganda in Ukraine. He lied. How do you call people who shelting region with millions of people in Donbass other words? Are they okay? Personally, I was bombed by Ukraine Air Forces in 2014. So yeah, then we got rid of him and then he was quite angry. And now he's like, greetings, and I please get an unban? Like, of course not. Yeah, I haven't shown you this. I haven't shown you the stuff I've saved though. Oh, have you... See, the strike works. The strike works. You're welcome. A very good and kindly person. I personally was bombed by Ukrainian Air Force. Of course you were. Oh, it counts them wrong? Wait, 1. It says 1. What does it say then? It's the same username. Why does he do that? Why does he say 1 and then he's at 0? That makes no sense. Oh, I see they had a cooldown there. Yeah, I've got no idea. I'll have to figure out what's wrong with that. Yeah, man ran regardless. He got scared. He was like, a Pole? A Polish person? Is that not a nation where you can hire a terrorist for really, really cheap? It is. HIMARS rocket artillery system effectively destroys enemy equipment and manpower along the entire front line. The crews are constantly on standby as soon as an enemy target appears, with only minutes to load and move to a firing position. As long as there's not 1.5k where I'm broke. I got like $15 in my bank account. I'm broke this month. We basically took out a bunch of money as family to pay out all of our debts. We are almost fully debt free as of right now. There's still some credit to solve through, but when it comes to like the rest of the debt that is not, bank based, we are free. We're GG. We just solved the bank shit this year and we're good. But I have given every single cent I had saved for that, so I'm a poor bitch right now. Okay, you're speaking to a poor bitch, and my paycheck isn't here. I thought it was gonna come yesterday, it didn't. I thought it was gonna come today, it didn't. Now I gotta wait until Monday because it will not be here during the weekend. So you still have a lot of that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You are free. Potato is free. Navalny is not. Hey. Wait. Give it 2 days and Navalny team is gonna print that on shirts and sell it as their official merch. Being broke but debt-free is an amazing feeling. Yeah, it's like, now when I get my paycheck, I don't have to like separate a part that is not going to be used by me. You know what I mean? Now I get my paycheck and I can just be like, yeah, I spend what I want to spend. I of course have to save some, pay some bills and whatever, but like I spend whatever I want it on. I don't have to save it up to like sort the debt out. I'm just GG. It's great. It's great. So yeah, I'm really hyped for that. This is gonna be my first paycheck without the debt in question having to be paid. So I'm just happy. Life is alright. Life is good. They click on this. Time to get some new ones? Nope. We are not getting into debt as a family again. Or if some debt does happen, I will... I thought that was the video you shared. If they get into some debt, I will not be there. I will not be a part of it. Nope.
2024 began with a bang. To be more precise, with many bangs. While Russia
Wait, I
has
have to
stepped
put
up
on my
its attacks
headphones.
on
I
Ukraine,
don't
launching
hear
over
the dude.
500 missiles
There's no
on various
captions.
cities,
I got
including
no idea what
Kyiv,
he's saying.
Kharkiv, Dnipro, and Pokrovsk in Donbass. Ukraine has successfully attacked targets in Belgorod
I
and
don't
Crimea.
live on credit.
While in the very short term, the war will most likely continue as is.
I'm
a
a
deadly
rich
war of
bitch.
attrition.
I used to be.
Both Russia and Ukraine
Leave
are
me
working
alone.
tirelessly in the background to tip the scales in their favor. Now, President Zelensky has named several
Decent bit rate.
strategic goals
My
for
bit rate.
2024.
What's my bit
Those
rate?
include depriving Russia
What
of
is my
air
bit rate?
superiority
Is it
and
not
disrupting
proper?
its offensive operations, targeting Crimea,
And now it's
in
my
the
bit
best
rate.
case isolating it from Russia, cutting off one of Moscow's main supply lines and bases of operation, increasing
Ooh.
domestic arms production and weapons deliveries from abroad. So, the bottom line is, no negotiations as long as Russia doesn't cease and desist, with the military priority
There's a
being
meme with
defending
this
skies,
dude.
cities, and territory, while
There's this dude meme where he speaks to his chat on Twitch and he does that. And it makes the driest fucking sound ever, and his chat was bullying him to no end. And now I keep on thinking it whenever I do that. Like, you can hear that. You can hear that my hands are really fucking dry. It's a new
building up
insecurity
a
I got.
force strong enough to return Ukraine to its original borders. But how are these goals to be achieved? And what about the long term, 2025 and beyond?
I saw someone on Threads today saying that USA should release every single Russian we have in the prison system. We, I say as if I'm American. USA should release every single Russian it has in the prison system in USA in return for getting Navalny. Just no IQ opinion. Just zero IQ opinion. At least Nemtsov disagreed with Crimean land grab and paid with his life for it. Yeah, he don't disagree with the mafia boss Putin. Even Navalny though himself. I got this thing where, well, Navalny is not a good man. Navalny still is a part of Russian culture. I think fundamentally the biggest issue with Navalny comes from his team and not from the man himself. Because Navalny is, I feel, a player in the Russian little game for power, right? He is a player there, and he still could weaken the current grasp and power that Putin has. He wouldn't change Russia, but he can weaken it. I feel the biggest problem with Navalny is the fact that his team is so utterly worthless that right now, if you get that man out of prison, he is going to be surrounded with just trash. he's going to be surrounded with trash. He will not win because they benefit from him not winning. They don't want him to win. They want to remain opposition forever. It's the best thing for them to do. There's no responsibility that they have to carry. They don't have to like fight this useless war, right? They benefit from being opposition. It's a grift. So, yeah, I fully believe that if he got out, his own team would sabotage him into losing. His team are all pieces of shit, including his own family. Including that man's own family. When those images of them sipping little champagne in pretty dresses on Oscars came out, like, bro, I don't know. Just, oh, heartless. You're streaming in 960, 540? Could go up to 1920, 180, or at least 720p. Oh, shit, really? I gotta try it. I'm gonna try that. Thank you for that. Bro, Gonzalo Lira has been murdered.
Let's say, hypothetically, you got cybersecurity.
First of all, as far as I know, so far we've had few Twitter posts on it. That's that. We had few Twitter posts. We'll need an official investigation, which I do support the idea that we need an investigation into what exactly has happened. If there is evidence of torture or whatever, I do hope that people responsible are punished, despite the fact that man was a piece of shit. You know, there's things you don't do, even if the man in your prison is a piece of shit. So, oh yeah. If a Russian rocket took him out, that would be the funniest thing ever. But yeah, I hope investigation's gonna be done. Though genuinely, personally, I don't really know how much I care about the entire story at the moment. Don't really know how much shit I give. The best he could do is make Moscovia war better against Ukraine. Yeah, there's a danger in that, I feel, because it's like when Putin got into power in Russia, right? Because before that, we were kind of aware Russia was dangerous, right? And then Putin comes into power and he's like, oh, democracy, free and fair elections. And the West goes, yeah, good Russian, nice. And then the West is so desperate to believe in a good Russian that it allows Russia to go and kill a bunch of people. And I feel the same exact thing would happen if Navalny gets the power. The West would again go, yeah, good Russian. And then he would go and he would continue doing butchering because Navalny is not willing to challenge Russian culture. Navalny is not going to go against the Russian nation itself and their imperialism. He's supporting it. So Navalny is going to start doing the same things Putin is doing. And I feel the West would be ignoring it because it would be Navalny doing it, right? It would be like the good Russian doing it this time. So, Johnson is a term used to describe someone who can be trusted. True, like Boris Johnson, for example.
There are many possible outcomes.
I would trust that man with my life.
But a lot depends on strategy of Ukraine, and especially that of its partners. That's what this episode is about. And while researching, we came across a discussion paper published by the Estonian Ministry of Defense titled Setting Transatlantic
Dork
Defense
definition.
Up for Success, a military strategy
It's like
for Ukraine's
fun
victory
definition, and then the other one is like
Now, this 24-page
dork.
paper is an analysis from an Estonian perspective.
Yeah, Boris
So
Johnson.
it's subjective, of course. We found it a fascinating read that gives a great overview and makes some pretty solid suggestions. So we wanted to break it down and introduce it to you.
I haven't read
while
you
adding some
the
of our own
research on
thoughts and
nationalism
comments.
and
The paper
anti-vax.
5 aspects that are vital for both sides: the war of attrition, manpower, artillery, UAVs, and air defense. Now, we won't have time to go through everything, but before we dive into what we thought most vital, it's important.
Wait, by the way, I thought of a thing. DB, you said you also had pains. I reverted back to the vitamin D conversation. You said you also have pains in like the upper abdomen area. What is it? Do you know what it is? Have you gone to a doctor about it? Did they tell you have cancer or something? Because that's scary. My doctor was like, probably vitamin D, but might be an infection. But in the worst case, like we'll have to send you for extra tests. And it's in the back of my mind, like, what if I get extra doses of the vitamin and it doesn't really help me? Then I have to go for extra research, and then it turns out there's like a whole less tumor here. For nothing. Oh, that's why you had it. Oh, shit. And still nothing? Man, that sucks. I hope it's the vitamin, and I hope you're gonna go out during the summer and it's going to disappear. That is... Like, at least you know it's not a tumor, because they would have seen it, I guess. But also you don't know what it is. Small town in Russia, where all the youth are training for military, and the old people who drilled the youth about their future, serving Russia and the West countries in Europe are fascists. Just see that. Navalny ain't willing to go and fight against that.
Important to remind ourselves what Russia's strategy is. In Ukraine, Russia
Should
is
do more
pursuing
tests.
the
Oh,
following
shit.
main objectives: prolonging the conflict, expanding its occupied territory, exhausting Ukraine's sustainability, and destroying critical infrastructure, hoping that all this will lead to undermining resolve, so breaking the population's will to continue this fight. At the core of this lies the assumption that democracy as a whole, and the Ukrainian society in particular, lack the strength and resolve to sustain this level of conflict and will eventually crack.
I mean,
Now,
kinda.
in the long term, Russia is aiming to physically reshape the European landscape to its liking. But because of the massive resources Russia is pumping into Ukraine, it's quite clear that in the next couple of years, Moscow cannot engage in a direct conflict with NATO. But if it could, it would almost undoubtedly expand the war beyond Ukraine's borders. What's worrying about this?
It's not
is that
normal
Russia has
aging. I'm
expanded its
28.
defense
I'm not
industry
supposed
at
to
a
have
scale
it.
unseen
DB is
since the
also
Soviet
young.
Union to wage this war against Ukraine. However, this is costing them a lot of money. Around 1 trillion rubles, that's $10.2 billion per month in military expenses alone. Assessments suggest that hidden war-related expenditures could account for an extra 30%. Russia's military budget for 2023, after being doubled, makes up for a third of the entire budget.
In Slavic is like 50. Okay, we do start smoking when we're like 12.
To compare, the Ukraine
Drinking.
Defense Contact Group, also known as the Ramstein Group, which
From
is
the
made up
moment
of
we
all
gain
31 member
consciousness.
states of NATO and 23 other
Yeah, I
countries,
remember you said you're in your
boasts a combined
40s, right?
defense budget 13 times
But
greater
it's-
than Russia's
like,
heavily
it's not-
inflated one. Around 1.24
That's still
trillion
young.
euros in contrast to 0.09
You know, it's not
in
like you're
2023.
80.
However, the Ramstein coalition's monthly military support to Ukraine averages
Oh,
at
what the fuck
5.3
is
billion
like-
euros. And that's including still undelivered and multi-year commitments. Also, with Iran
Oh,
and North
you're
Korea,
getting-
as
you're
well as
getting a
illegal
ban.
import of
Oh, you're
Russian
what the
technology,
fuck?
Russia is continuously finding new
Thank
ways
you.
to supply its war machine. Also, the
I'm a
sale
bit
of oil
terrified
and gas
now.
out
That
of
was
the country
evil.
continue despite
That's
sanctions.
cruel.
That
Was not
means
needed.
Ukraine's allies have the financial
Yes,
means
sir.
to outpower Russia. But right now, Moscow is recalibrating its economy, with the war being its top priority. And if Russia manages to somehow prevail within the next 12 to 18 months, it would, and this is quoting the Estonian paper, validate its assumptions about our collective weakness that can militarily be challenged and exploited in the short term of up to 5 years. In conclusion, and this sentence we found really on point, it is clear that our strategy so far has not convinced the Russian regime in its cost-benefit calculation to bring them to the conclusion that they can only lose. And just as a reminder, in 2023, Russia has conquered more land in Ukraine than it has lost. So, moving on to the next aspect, manpower. Now, Russia in 2024, if allowed, can train around 130,000 troops every 6 months. In the 20 months following the start of the full-scale invasion, the EU, Great Britain and the USA have trained only around 100,000 Ukrainian personnel, the cost for which was around 350 million euros.
Polished.
That's 3,500 per soldier. But those numbers will likely rise as training
I'm
for
ready
fighter
for
pilots,
the
for example, are
good
much more expensive. And while that
You're
is
going to
already an
collab
incredible
with some
achievement,
hot women
there are
again?
a couple of issues. Training is often too
Enjoy
short
that.
to adequately prepare soldiers for offensive operations.
Until the cancer gets
Then,
you, I
what the
guess.
soldiers are taught is often according to NATO doctrine, which has been known to lack a few of the specifics of the Ukrainian battlefield. No or little air support, the incredible amount of minefields, drones, the weather, Russian electronic warfare, to name just a few. Now, all those problems are quite well known.
Wait, I saw a message in chat and I didn't read it. It was long, but he keeps on throwing more sentences. Gorbachev. Yeltsin is a tolerant system, is of personality. Putin gained confidence of Bush, some European Union politics, some he simply corrupt. Even invasion of Georgia doesn't didn't do something, and sometime after Obama says to Medvedev that he will be more flexible after elections. Yeah, that too. That too. So like the same would happen again. It's, you know, it's the same thing. Franz Coach. Oh, I remembered you said you're going to Valpovo for the weekend, but I guess when you say weekend, you mean Saturday. And when I say week, and look, I have to work Saturdays, okay? For me, a weekend starts on Friday because I like to make myself feel horrible about having to work during the weekend. There's something welcoming about being sad about having to work. After 40, doctors don't care about your health problems and just tell you it's normal. Shh, you shouldn't say that, by the way. You shouldn't say that. You shouldn't say that because when you say that, there's always an American watching and he's going to screenshot that. He's going to screenshot that and then he's going to use that as a reason as to why universal healthcare actually bad. Shh.
But one of the biggest difficulties, according to the Estonians, is that Ukraine cannot conduct training above company level in the country because of the obvious security risks. It's
Makes
too
sense.
big of an undertaking to go unnoticed by Russia. So, the aim should be to expand Ukrainian operations through the ability to execute brigade-level attacks. But that would require brigade-level training outside of Ukraine, which represents a huge logistical effort, however a necessary one. Artillery. It's a well-known fact that this is an artillery war. And to retain at least local fire superiority, Ukraine would need at least 200,000 shells a month. Meeting Ukraine's minimum demand during 2025 would therefore require a European effort of 140% increase over 2024. In addition to ammunition, a big difficulty is artillery barrels, which need to be replaced much sooner than anticipated due to their intense use. It is assessed that Ukraine will need 1,500 to 2,000 barrels per year, costing up to 900,000 euro apiece. Russia's total production and recovery of artillery ammunition reached 3.5 million in 2023. That's a more than threefold increase. In 2024, production and recovery will increase further and will likely reach up to 4.5 million units. Another problem is that Ukraine uses over 17 different artillery platforms. And while Russia has also quite a few, they're mostly produced in Russia, so streamlining both production, repair and distribution is much easier. And this imbalance of resources in terms of artillery warfare can already clearly
At
be
least
seen
I'm
on the
not work
battlefield.
Sundays
If we look at this chart
yet.
published by the Wall Street Journal, we see that while Ukraine has had to reduce its amount of shells fired daily to around 2,000, Russia has been firing around 10,000 shells per day. UAVs. The demand for UAVs in this war is endless.
Wait, what was
To put a
with
number
Trump
on it,
admitting he got cash money
approximately 2 are
from
required per platoon of infantry,
foreign
3 per
governments?
artillery battery, and 5 per battalion command post.
I saw a
The
clip of him
sophistication
being
of
like,
requirements
yeah, I
for
got cash
UAVs
money from
increase with the
was it
development
China?
of enemy anti-drone
I
capabilities.
worked for that.
All drones have a limited lifespan, maybe only half a day. Long-range UAVs often have a lifespan of only
Didn't
up to
look into
60
it
flight
too
hours.
much though.
Both Russia and Ukraine are heavily dependent upon Chinese DJI UAVs.
True.
That is problematic for obvious reasons. The Ukrainian drone industry is rapidly expanding. We've done a couple of videos on that, and we will do some more. But for NATO members to meet Ukraine's and their own needs, Europe must make a simple platoon UAV at scale.
True.
According to the Estonian paper, the aim should be to produce 5,000 per month at a price of below 2,500 per unit.
More.
That's around 150 million euros per annum. In addition, European NATO members should collaborate to scale the production of fixed-wing UAVs with a range of beyond 80 kilometers that can transmit data in real time and reliably fly in an environment scattered with Russian electronic warfare. Russia has significantly expanded its drone production, both of night vision FPVs, which are causing massive damage on the battlefield, as well as various long-range strike systems. This includes stockpiling approximately 1,500 Shahed one-way attack UAVs now produced in Russia, alongside all types of missiles. In October 22, it was producing approximately 40 such strike systems a month. A year later,
Biden, I do
producing
think Biden's
approximately 100.
too much of a pussy.
Production could reach 200
Definitely
strike
better than
systems per
Putin.
month in
Yeah,
2024.
Trump though.
That brings us to air
Putin.
defense. Russia's goal is to wear down Ukraine's air defenses, which rely on a constant supply of ammunition to sustain their effectiveness. Modern air systems are incredibly expensive. Patriot battery costs over $1 billion USD, PAC-3 missile over $4 million. But
Oh
still,
yeah, I've
these
seen
are
a video on
costs that have to be
Obamacare at
overcome.
one point.
December 29th, 32 people died in
Though I
Kyiv
do,
during
I
missile
did see.
attacks. And believe us when we say the capital is well
Was it
protected,
today?
but still, it's not enough. Now, There is a lot missing
that some
we didn't have the
student
time to
loans
cover.
have been forgiven in
F-16's
USA
long-range
again.
strike capabilities like the ATACMS, Scalp, and Taurus. The point is, a lot has to happen for both Ukraine and its allies to secure their strategic goals for 2024. Estonia, by the way, has vowed to commit 0.25% of its GDP annually to Ukraine for the next 4 years. According to this paper, if all the allies were to do so, it would provide Ukraine with
Starting next month, many Americans will join the already 3.6 million who have seen their student debt cancelled.
Already being in full swing.
I thought that was cool. I know it's a big problem in USA.
Subscribe and see you next week.
And evil but stupid as well. They allocate any leader who exists based on populism, get him in votes, is inherently going to be stupid. Like, Erdogan can't really do needed changes to keep the system functioning because he relies too much on popular support. It's like Orban. It's like Orban, you know, he can't really do, he knows what he needs to get a system going, so he knows he needs European Union funds, for example. He can't survive without them. So he knows he needs this, and he knows he would very easily be able to get it if he just agrees with European Union policy. It would literally give him no losses at all to just be a proper fucking leader. But then he might lose the support of his people, because what they like about him is the fact that he's supposed to be anti-European Union. He's supposed to be pro-Hungary instead. It's a bullshit point, but I feel like Erdogan is very much in the same way. So I won? Out of the... I'm still weirded out about the woman Nikki Haley. I still don't know what to think about her, because she said she was okay, and then she said that we should be sending weapons to Ukraine, not money, which, you know, like, we had a whole talk over this. It's just, it kind of makes me feel sus. It makes me feel like she wants to, in a way, apply also to an interesting part of the voter base in USA. I don't know how I feel about them getting encouraged. Hey, I saved that. You sent it to Discord, right? Wait, I have that saved. Where is it? I don't know where I have it. Oh, here it is. Signatures collected. We are one step closer to withdraw Orban's voting rights. The feedback was strong thanks to everyone who has supported this historical petition. I gathered 120 names across party lines and from several member states. How big is that? How big is that? Here's a post about it specifically. So launched a historic petition which, if successful, will allow Mr. Orban to be deprived of the right to vote in the council. Decisively different from anything we have done so far regarding Hungary. The procedure foreseen in Article 7 has never been initiated. It's now or never. European Union's decision-making machinery is simply stuck because of Viktor Orban. The only way to make it work is to withhold Orban of his right to vote in the Council. At the same time, we show that no blackmail is allowed in the European Union. Members have until Friday to co-sign the letter, after which it will be sent to President Metsola. How good is that? How good is that? So I'm genuinely hoping it works. I saw Haley say some anti-Ukraine support shit. Oh, I haven't seen it. I did see her tweet about not sending weapons to Ukraine, not sending money to Ukraine, instead sending weapons, which was a stupid tweet. But also, look, if she's for upping the weapon sending, GG. The petition is basically guaranteed to go through. You think? No, don't give me hope. Don't give me hope, Kim. Don't give me hope. Oh, is she? I'm gonna get too hopeful and then it's gonna get crushed. European Union, yeah. It is a stupid system. The thing is, we didn't really see this coming. We didn't really see this coming. We didn't expect we're going to be seeing this. And now we're seeing this, and now we have to figure out how to deal with it. We haven't really had this problem previously. My next stream? I work afternoon 2 days next week. I don't know which ones. But it's not gonna be Monday. I think for now, what I know, Monday, Tuesday. It is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I am working morning shift. This is a Serb symbol. Someone's gonna beat my ass in Croatia. I'm working morning shift, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So those 3 days we are going to be having normal streams in the afternoon. And then I don't know. Wednesday. Most topics are qualified majority. 55% of countries representing 65% of people. And it's not okay. I don't think USA sends that much money to Ukraine. Yeah, that's why Nikki Haley confuses me. Right? Because USA, yeah, you're correct in that. It doesn't send money to Ukraine. Most it sends are weapons already. Most money that USA sends to Ukraine is money that stays in USA. So I'm not, because like it gives itself contracts to make weapons for Ukraine and to make shit for them. So I'm not really sure. You know, like it's my Susie thing. Yeah, I do think she tries to appease them. What I'm suspicious about is that she tries to appease them by playing into their delusion rather than breaking it. Know what I mean? It's like these people think that USA is sending cash to Ukraine and then we don't know where this cash ends up. This is a false claim, right? She knows this is a false claim, I assume, because it's... If you got any brain power, and especially if you have any connection to politics, you know this. Now though, instead of pointing out why this claim is false, and she easily could, there's plenty of people who have already explained the fucking thing, right? But instead of doing that, instead of pointing out why the lie is a lie, she chooses to engage with it. I'm concerned about that. Right? Because it feels like if you wanted to appease to these specific voters, you could also alleviate their concerns by pointing out that they believe in bullshit. But you're choosing instead to play along. I'm not really too happy about that. People claiming federal European Union would take away your sovereignty. Most issues are already not anonymous and they didn't even know this. Yeah, it's... I don't know. I'm a supporter of federal European Union as long as we have ways to control the problem players like Orban. I feel we would be great. I feel we would be way stronger. Biden and his assist just recently openly said all money stays in US, makes workplaces, refreshes US military production. Yeah, it's like, you know, it's known. If you follow the situation to any point, you know this. It's not one of those things that are like, oh, this is a secret. We know this. Why is she choosing to play along? Why not, or like, is she not allowed to say that Biden's part of government is doing something correct by already sending weapons instead of sending cash money? They let the Taliban steal their Black Hawk helicopters and left their equipment behind. Okay, yeah, that it is. Yeah. They got stuff. They got enough shit. No, I guess they don't really care that much about what they lose by being sloppy. Shetty has the Republican votes locked down, who understand we aren't sending cash, so she's trying to gain more voters on the fence who think we are sending a lot of cash. I do agree with that. I do agree with that. For me, it's like, I think it might be a problem. She's trying to get that group by playing along with their beliefs. That's a problem to me, because you're not trying to get that group by making reasonable claims. You're trying to get that group by pretending you care about this bullshit that they have been led to believe. I don't know how I feel about that. Far-right Americans used to hate Russia. They can change their mind again. True, I hope for that. I hope for that too. MTG attacked that by saying military-industrial complex on this war. Yeah, it's because the military-industrial complex is a buzzword in USA. It's one of those things that I feel they just use without thinking, and none of them really know what it is. Just meh. It's like, they have a word for this. What is their word for, like, people who encourage USA to get into wars? They have a word for that, and it's such a stupid thing too. They do this thing where, like, they learn a term and then they use it to everything, even when it's not war hawks. It's a specific policy-related word. I don't know what it is. It's basically like when you say, oh yeah, well, we need to defend Ukraine, because if we don't defend Ukraine, Russia is likely going to just continue attacking other countries. And they go, oh yeah, where you are just supporting USA getting involved in foreign affairs, and that's horrible. Like,
Let's say, hypothetically, you got sent to Siberia. Hypothetically, you got sent to Siberia.
it's such a dumbass thing to say. Oh yeah, see, that moron is one of those who believes in it. So it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. Before the balkanization of USSR, Americans who were pro-Russian were seen as traitors. They should now be seen as traitors. It is betrayal to USA if you support Russia, which sees itself as the enemy of USA, literally. One of the lowest fertility rates in the world, with 1.42 children per woman in 2022. Ooh, they still have lots of people. They got lots of people. It's not even a problem that they have lots of people, it's a problem that they're importing lots of people. Right? They're importing lots of foreigners. They're encouraging foreigners to move over. So I think Russia's going to figure out a way to keep the population stable unless we, cause them to crumble. Republicans used to be a war party, now they have sold out, definitely. Definitely. Also, I have to leave. It's 8 in the evening, I gotta leave. The billions that went missing were not really missing. Yeah, I know, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's one of those claims that don't make any sort of a sense if you understand anything about the situation. I don't think it's a point worth even taking seriously, to be completely honest. What does concern me is that she's playing along with it. Why is she doing that? Why the fuck would you do that? Why the hell would you play along? Yeah, no. It seems like she would also be willing to, play along on other things for votes, and I don't know how safe that makes me feel. I don't know how safe that makes me feel if we still rely on USA for supporting us. Like the current situation with UK giving more support, and then also European countries giving more, of course. Like recently we've seen F-16s being prepared and everything to be given to Ukraine, and I do think Europe is trying harder. It's just, USA is still way stronger than any of us, really. I don't know how I feel about a possible leader of USA willing to play along with delusions just to get more voting. I'm not really too happy on that. Talking about that, though, they also had a thing recently where they almost indicted a woman for a miscarriage. So I'm guessing I'm guessing, you know, USA has lots of problems going on at the same time, so maybe we shouldn't rely on them regardless. Also, I'm leaving. I'm running away. I have to go. See you Monday. Have a good weekend, Russophobes. Enjoy your day. Send me news if you got some. Stay healthy. Get enough vitamin D. Proper one from the sun, and also like Dick.